And is facing attempted murder charges after a bar fight led to the shooting of an innocent bystander.
And that bystander is the mother of 2 young children and is now paralyzed from the waist down. Fox 12's Julia Lopez spoke with the victim today. And Julia, how is her recovery coming along?
Well, she is still in the hospital, just relearning how to do everyday things, while she's also trying to explain to her daughters why life is changing. She was just starting over, days away from moving into a new home, the night that she was shot trying to help a stranger.
I gave up my life for somebody I never even knew.
Miranda Rice has a long road to recovery.
I've cried quite a few times. I've mourned the loss of the life that I was used to, and I've mourned the loss of my leg.
She's still in the hospital after she was shot 2 weeks ago outside a bar in Gresham. She was leaving Division Sports Pub when she says she saw a, quote, brutal fight in the parking lot and tried to help the stranger being attacked.
I was walking to my car. I was leaving the situation. I broke up the fight. I told them that I was going to call the police, and I don't know if that's why I got shot. Yeah, I was leaving. I was 10 feet from my car when the bullet hit me. I took 2 more steps forward, and I collapsed because I was paralyzed, you know.
The bullet went through her stomach and into her spine. Doctors have told her she'll never walk again.
My life is changed forever because all he wanted to do was fire a firearm at somebody that didn't even do anything wrong.
Miranda has 2 young girls, 7 and 12, struggling to understand what's happening to mom.
My 7-year-old, she definitely cries a lot. Anytime she comes to see me, it's very emotional for her.
Gresham police arrested a suspect, 27-year-old Christopher Hernandez, bringing some sense of peace as Miranda recovers.
I still can't hear loud noises. At least I know that gunshot or that sound of a gunshot is not going to be from the guy that shot me anymore.
Plus, she's determined to beat her diagnosis.
But I can move my legs. I have full sensation in my right. And so I truly believe that I'm going to walk again one day. That's my main goal in life. And I have to keep that goal, or I turn very negative very fast.
Hernandez faces charges of a second-degree attempted murder, first-degree assault, and unlawful use of a weapon in court tomorrow. In the meantime, Miranda is turning to her community, hoping for help finding housing now for her kids and the wheelchair she never thought she would need. You can help the Rice family via an online fundraiser. We have a link on our mobile app. Reporting live from Northwest Portland, Julia Lopez, Fox 12 Oregon.